toxic people blame everybody around them. So it's easy for those of us who are not toxic, but very conscientious, who want things to work out. Maybe we're invested in things being agreeable and good natured. And then as a result, we end up feeling like something's wrong with us because we're told we're the problem. Because one thing that toxic people struggle with is self reflection, also called introspection. They have a hard time looking at themselves and reflecting on their own behavior. It creates shame. So when you take a look at something that you did that you feel awkward and you feel uncomfortable about it, a lot of us will distract ourselves or justify our behaviors or blame what we did on somebody else. That's a toxic way of offloading shame. So the fact that you're willing to say, maybe I'm problematic sometimes, that to me says that you have a capacity for self reflection, that you're able to take kind of maybe not a completely long, hard look at yourself at the ins and outs, but you're at least willing to take some look at it, which means that you have some capacity to deal with shame. Another thing to really watch out for is inflexibility and rigidity. Toxic people have an intense need to have things a set way. And instead of them like taking the ownership for that need. Like, I know that I'm really anxious and I know this is asking a lot out of you guys, but would you mind doing whatever? Would you mind having dinner at 3? Or would you mind that we for sure set down and ate at 3, not just said it's going to be at 3 and then eat at 4? A toxic person would handle it like this. You know what? Nobody ever keeps their word. Everybody just like they throw out these numbers and then what happens is what happens and nobody's considerate. See what I'm doing? I'm offloading my uncomfortability about the lack of prediction and the lack of maybe timeliness, and I'm making it everyone else's fault instead of saying, "Hey, I'm the one that needs this. Everybody else doesn't need this. So there maybe I need to learn to be more flexible, or maybe I just need to realize that I'm a person who struggles with this." So that's the difference. Is toxic people take an issue, and we all have issues. You're human, I'm human, everybody's human. We all have our quirkiness, but it's what you do with your quirkiness that makes the difference. Do you take ownership of it? Do you take responsibility of it? Do you handle it in reasonable ways that don't hurt other people, don't betray other people? Or are you just imploding, exploding, offloading? Are you blaming all that type of stuff? Are you gaslighting? All that behavior is toxic behavior. And that's what toxic people do is they take something that's different about them. Instead of owning it, they make it you are the problem. They don't have the problem, you have the problem. So I hope that helps with as you ask yourself, am I the toxic one? So it could be that you're feeling like you're the narcissist or the toxic one because your partner or your family member who is not very agreeable and not very flexible is blaming you for their uneasiness and their insecurity.